Good afternoon. So I just want to open up by saying congratulations. I put a challenge out to all of your directors and I asked them to give me a list of the most qualified staff or employees that do an exceptional job at what they do, whether that be ACE, crisis, or CIS traditional. I asked them to provide me with an individual that did their work exceptionally, but also someone who could not only does the job exceptionally, but also would be able to provide a presentation. And so that's what I'm looking to do. So if you're getting this recording, your director did select you as a candidate. And so what I'm asking is that each candidate submit a short presentation of about 6 or 7 minutes, and I'm going to provide you with the format. And of course, there's several of you that were selected, but I'm only going to have one from Crisis, one from CIS Traditional, and one from ACE to present at our agency meeting next Tuesday. And so I'm going to share with you what the template looks like. Again, I'm providing just a template to give you an idea of kind of how to present, but you don't have to follow this template. It's just to help you generate ideas on what information to share. And so the idea is that you talk about your program. And when you talk about your program, I want you to focus on two things. One, I want you to focus on talking to your counterparts about what a successful program of your area looks like. So what does a CIS traditional successful program look like? Successful ACE, successful crisis. So I want you to be speaking to your counterparts on what it takes to provide an exemplary program. That's the first objective. The second objective is to let other programs know about what your program does. So you're talking to if you're ACE, you're talking to crisis and CIS traditional about what ACE does. If you're CIS traditional, you're talking to crisis and ACE about what CIS does. So I just want you to clearly elaborate and demonstrate what a successful program looks like. And you'll do that in 7 or 8 minutes, and then we'll open the floor up for 2 to 3 minutes of questioning. And so I'm going to share with you a template about what it may look like. And this is just a presentation that Miss Montez and I did at I think it was a health agency, and there was a grant available. And what they said was, we'd like to know about your mental health program. You have 10 minutes to talk about it. So these are the slides that we used. And what we did was we opened up and talked about communities and schools. Then we talked about what our mission was, what our vision was, what the mental health program meant, and how we execute or provide services. I think we may have said a few words about the pictures here. Then we talked about what our numbers look like as far as students served. Then we talked about the impact of how those services looked and what the success rate was. Then we kind of did a shout out to our partners and collaborators on, we couldn't do this program without our partnerships and collaborations. Then we opened the floor for questions, and then we finished, and that was it. Now, what yours may look like, and I'm going to add this in here because yours is going to look a little bit different. You will basically start here, where you'll have a picture, your name, any credentials you have, and then of course your position, whether it be site coordinator, site director, or crisis specialist. Up here, you'll put your team, district, and your campus. So that may be Watkins, Pasadena ISD, and then the campus that you're at. You'll talk a little bit about yourself. Then this is where you really share the information that you feel is beneficial to the agency and to your counterparts. So you would highlight any tier 1, 2, or 3 activities that you provided, how you provided them, who you spoke to, what went well about it, what was kind of challenging about it. And then, of course, pictures always speak 1,000 words. So you'll want to integrate pictures in however you can do it. So you may talk about, if you're CIS traditional, you may talk about your academic program here. You may talk about your behavior program here, and so on. And so you would just share any information that's going to help the agency understand what you do, but also help maybe someone who's in year 1, maybe they just started and they're looking for tips and tactics on how to provide a great program. And so you'll do that in these following slides. And how many slides you have is unimportant. You can have a few slides or you can have several slides, but remember, you only have 7 to 8 minutes. And then now I do want you, and this is important, to highlight any partnerships or collaborations that you have, because that's an area that I think as an agency, we kind of need to strengthen and make sure we're capitalizing on partnerships and collaborations. So if you can dedicate a slide to partnerships and collaborations that you've utilized at your campus. And so again, you'll introduce yourself. You'll talk about your program strengths, maybe areas you struggle in, maybe people that really helped you. Provide pictures. Then you'll talk about collaborations, partnerships, and then we'll open the floor for questions. The questions may come from other programs, or it may come from some of your own teammates or other staff that are doing the same thing, such as traditional ACE or crisis. And then ultimately that'll be it. I do want you to, at the end, provide one picture here and then your contact phone number and email in case anyone has any questions or want to ask you something maybe offline, because remember, we're wanting to give 1 and 2 year staff the opportunity to find out, what really goes into a powerful program. And so that's it. I will be sending this template. Feel free to use this template as you see fit. I've also put some little notes down here just to give you some guidance, but ultimately you're displaying and demonstrating what it takes to provide an exemplary program. Okay. And that is it. That's all the assignment is. And again, because there were more nominees than there are presentations, I'm only going to have 1 presentation from Crisis, 1 presentation from ACE, and 1 presentation from CIS Traditional. So it's going to be a little bit competitive, and I hope this does bring out the best in each of our programs. And more importantly, it shows everybody the wonderful things that you guys do every day. So if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you or provide any clarification. Other than that, I look forward to getting what you guys provide. And so just as an ideally, if you could submit something to me by maybe Friday, just so I can take a look at it and make sure, hey, this looks good, you're on the right track. And then probably by Monday, I'll know which ones are going to present. And then Monday, we'll also finalize any little adjustments we may need to make to the presentation. And then Tuesday at the meeting, you'll present. And so really that's it. 7 or 8 minutes to show us what you do, and then open the floor for questions, and then you're done. So I look forward to seeing your submissions. And again, congratulations, because of about 150 people, you all were the ones that your directors mentioned. So congratulations. Thank you. And I do look forward to seeing what we do. All right. Thank you very much.